Yeah, what's our
We're very
topic, Cody?
prepared. No, well, the topic is it's the first broadcast. We finally made it. We actually did the thing that we said we were going to do.
Exactly, we made it.
Certain people that we work with would be so proud.
See, the thing is, we made it.
Mm.
The next step is to actually, like,
Do it.
yeah.
Oh my god. Well, let's do one baby step at a
It's
time.
wild.
I know, right? You just I say viewer. We don't have viewers yet. We have listeners. She just watched me ash the cigar into the tray, mesmerized by
I think
the
I should
skill.
become a vlogger. As long as nobody, me, no, I can't vlog. You'd have to see my face.
You could see your face. You just have to, be presentable.
I know, I don't look pretty. Well,
Just
for the
just
listeners
over
out
there.
there, I had a long night. I'm a little tired. We're lucky I didn't go get coffee before I came here.
You didn't. I'm actually on my second coffee. Yes, listener.
I'm also a little hungry, but it's fine.
Oh, but we have sustenance here, listener. We were provided with the greatest of foods, by our wonderful third that is here.
7.
What is it? It's cheese and meats. Very
exciting.
Very exciting. Very ketogenic. Yeah, we're very much keto here.
We're being healthy.
Very wonderful. I brought a soft flame.
What's the other one?
A jet flame. Soft flame is just what you're familiar with.
Your lighter would be like bougie looking.
I like it. It's quite Art Deco.
Did you say Art Deco?
Yes.
That's a thing? I've heard it. I just don't know like what it
Yeah,
really
it's a thing.
means.
Like 20s. Like 20s style. Like Great Gatsby style.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
There we go. There you go.
That horrible film, Great Gatsby, based on a horrible book.
Not gonna lie.
Don't come for me, listeners.
I don't think I've ever watched it or read it.
No, you're not missing much.
Okay.
I mean, you're missing Leo DiCaprio.
Well, you see, Leo, I'm way past the age that Leo would date.
That's true. He would drop you
I'm
like
really old.
a sack of hot potatoes.
Thank you so much, bartender.
Thank you so much. And welcome.
Of course.
Welcome our third. We've just been talking nonsense.
That's what this is about.
That is what
Apparently
talking about.
Broadcast is like nonsense.
And just enjoy life.
With our listeners of 5.
With our 5 listeners.
Yes, talk about absolutely nothing. Welcome to the life of Cody, Paula, Joe.
And Sarahi, who's not here
because she does things.
She hates us. And didn't we move the first broadcast of this because she was?
We did. And you know what? When I saw the text come in yesterday, I so badly wanted to listen to the voice messages, but I couldn't. But I knew that something was happening.
I knew it.
They were voice messages.
Exactly. I thought she was like trying to throw shade at me for my voice messages.
Oh, I knew as soon. I was in bed and the text message woke me up, and I looked over and saw it was Sarahi, and I'm like, she's quitting or she's not coming.
I knew it was something. What was unfortunate is so listeners, Sarahi, as you may not have heard, that she is at what is called a baby sprinkle.
Not a baby shower.
Not a baby shower, a baby sprinkle, which is a sprinkle of children. That is when children just lightly fall from the sky.
We are very PG here.
Didn't I tell you the music is PG?
Okay, children falling from the sky is not that bad.
A baby sprinkle?
But yeah, Sarahi is at a baby sprinkle. We wish her the best of luck. And hope she's having fun. And if she ever decides to listen to this first broadcast, yeah, I'm glad that you blew us off for a baby sprinkle.
I'm not. I doubt she's even there.
She's probably out partying.
She's probably in her bed right now, like chilling, watching like nothing. Probably taking a nap, honestly.
To be fair, she hasn't responded to any of our text messages, so I might have to agree with both of you.
That's true. Although she could just be busy at the baby sprinkle.
I sent you guys something at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, why were you up that early, Paula? It's 7 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, I was fast asleep at that point.
I know, and you know what? I was going to send it last night, and it was 1 a.m. I was like, I should probably wait.
You were up at 1 a.m.?
I fell asleep at 3.
So you slept for 4 hours?
It's probably a solid like 2.
To give you guys a little bit of background, Paula does not stay up past 9 p.m. She is an early bird. She goes to sleep with like all of the like children who have bedtimes. She wakes up with the freaking birds. Even on the weekend when she has nothing to do.
I have things to do.
Do you set an alarm on the weekends?
Yes. Well, wait. Because I do things in the morning, like I have a scheduled thing to do.
That sounds stressful. That's not how you weekend.
You know what that sounds like? What does that sound like, Joe?
Sounds like a prison.
Yeah. Doing things? You know what we say.
Oh, an errand.
An errand. Thank you. He got there. I was going to just let it go, but he got there. Sounds like an errand.
I'm really offended.
To give you more backstory into Paula, she's a fan and loves to make errands. If she has a day fully open to do whatever that she pleases, she'll fill it up with bullshit. Let's go to TJ Maxx. Let's go to Target.
Let's get my car washed.
I have no comment.
What did you do today?
This morning I woke up.
At what time?
Oh, probably when I texted you guys.
7 o'clock.
Yeah. No, I woke up at like 6. I'm so sorry. Naturally, no alarm. And then I was up. I went to go talk to a friend.
Oh, your one friend?
I'm just gonna go cry.
I'm sorry. Can you please continue?
I went to go talk to a friend.
Mm.
I had coffee, breakfast, came home, showered, and then I came here.
Okay, got home. By the time you got home, what time was it?
This morning?
Yes. But from doing your morning errands.
It was not an errand. I got home at 12:30.
12:30 a.m.
PM. After she woke up and went out and did her.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, Paula, that's like when I got up. I was still like in bed looking at my phone at like 11. Because I know how to weekend.
I'm pretty sure you texted us in the train pretty early this morning. I was surprised you were.
What, 10:40?
Yeah, exactly. Listen, you don't understand that 10:40 to this guy might as well be like 6 a.m.
Yeah, that is pretty early on the weekend.
You probably went back to bed though, huh?
But I was definitely like, you know how like when you get up and you don't have to do anything, you kind of like sit in bed, look at your phone, maybe like close your eyes for a little bit longer, but not really fall asleep and just chilling. That's what I do for like an hour, at least. So yeah, that's what I was doing.
I mean, I do that too.
So do I.
But I just don't wake up at 12 and do it.
I do it fairly early. Like I'll wake up at 6 and do it, and so I'm up by 7.
If you wake up before the sun, you're doing something wrong. That is like anti-American, anti-human,
anti-weekend.
Yes.
The sun is up at like 7.
That's fair, but then again, we are human beings, and the sun doesn't have a brain. And I'm sure if it did, it would be like, you know what? I'm gonna chill for a little bit. You guys can deal with the moon for a little bit longer.
What the hell are you saying? I'm finding that impossible to follow. But okay, so you went out and then you're here, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And I'm having a raspberry White Claw.
It's wonderful. Is it good?
It is.
This whiskey is quite good.
Thank you, Elijah Craig. So far, out of all the things I've tasted, bourbon-wise, this is my favorite bourbon.
Okay, fair enough.
Father of bourbons, it says.
Father of bourbons.
Maybe now we'll be sponsored.
Maybe.
Elijah, I'm coming for you.
And then the cigar is quite good. Thank you. Cigars provided by our host.
Which one did you get?
Don Smith, Series D.
I got the Piloto Cubano, handmade. Respect, it has on its label.
Respect, Paula.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
What do you mean?
Between the two?
They're two different cigars.
What does that mean?
It means that, well, for the one thing, they're two different brands. Two, I don't have the information on either one of these, but I would imagine they're made in two different places. Maybe even with two different types of tobacco.
I think ours is around the same size.
They get the cigars, ladies and gentlemen.
Paula, PG.
Paula, we're trying to keep this PG, but the gauge.
We cannot make this PG.
We're adults. Our listeners are adults. This is not going on. What, ABC Family?
This would be a great time to play Have You Met Paula?
No. No.
Oh, yes. Excellent segment.
No.
Unfortunately, we don't have anybody here to play Have You Met Paula.
Thank the
we can
Lord.
Take callers.
Right. I think we should first explain what it is. Cody.
Yes.
By all means.
All right. So, Have You Met Paula is a wonderful game that was invented by somebody that we know that we work for. And basically, it was... What did it start out? It started off as trying to, like, match you up with, like, people.
That is correct. And they were all the wrong people. So, I don't think this game should be played.
So, it's hard. I remember the first time I experienced Have You Met Paula. We were at dinner, and it started... The first victim was the waiter.
Victim?
Well, the victim of being forced to play this game. I guess you're the victim in this game.
Exactly.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry, excuse me.
Thank
I
you.
misspoke. And it's the writer, and it's basically just asking people, "Hey, have you met Paula?" Basically, the was it our boss was the wingman. Who's your wingman?
He would like to think he is, and it's a good effort. It's a good effort.
It's a great effort. Did it work?
There has been no success so far.
Mm.
And the first one he chose was probably an 18-year-old high school guy.
At best.
And he looked terrified.
He did look terrified on the spot in front of a group of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people.
And he said, like, the way he said no was a little like, no.
No, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
And then we fast forward to the next time that I remember us playing it. We were at, we were getting drinks, I think, after work one time.
Yes, we were.
And he expanded the Have You Met Paula to, men, women, right? Didn't he ask a girl?
Yeah, he said he didn't know.
You never know. Hey, he doesn't assume.
That is what he said. You know what they say about people
Even
who
though
assume.
he does assume.
Yeah.
Just then he doesn't assume. But yeah, so that's Have You Met Paula. So we may have to institute a game. So Paula's looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Don't worry, Paula. We'll play Have You Met Sarahi.
I'm leaving the pod. Bye, guys.
Paula, no.
Paula, don't go. Come back. No. Paula.
You made that very convincing.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm still here.
I'm a great actor. What can I say?
Okay.
I could be in the movies. I could be in the film.
You could be in the pod.
I could be in the pod. I could be in a podcast with 3 other people, and one of them's not here.
You're gonna throw shit at Sadie Yellow pod episode?
Maybe not the whole pod.
We have to talk. Like a respectable amount of shit, though, since she's not
That's
here.
true. She's not
She
here.
deserves it.
I mean, I will be fair. She did abandon us.
That is true.
She did leave us high and dry. She was hyping up all week.
Was she though?
No, she wasn't. She was too busy having a shit week.
It's okay. We all love her. She'll be here next time when we make millions.
Mm-hmm.
Millions off this one episode. We're gonna go viral.
Of course.
I feel it.
Yeah, there's really no rhyme or reason to this pod.
No.
There's really no theme.
For those of you who are like, what is this podcast about? It's about absolutely nothing.
Except for those of us here having a great time smoking and drinking and just talking shit about people.
Right. All we're me and Cody smoking cigars, drinking some whiskey. We got Paula over there, giving me the eye, by the way, the stink eye, drinking her White Claw. And we got freaking like salami cheese in the middle. It's getting warmed up by the sun, which is probably not the best. But yeah.
We should probably put that salami and cheese out of the sun. Unfortunately, that involves one of us reaching over the table, and I am not interested.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Oh, thank you. That's probably a good idea.
I don't think we introduced ourselves.
Maybe we should do that now. This is a very long intro. Are we? Paula's looking at me like, this is an intro? No, not really. But we should probably start off by introducing ourselves. To my left,
hi,
we have Paula.
My name is Paula.
And Paula is a very fantastic, very lovely lady, with very much strong opinions on things, and not so strong opinions on other things.
These are all facts, and I almost cried. Thank you so much.
To my right, we have Joe, our estimable host.
That's right.
Who provider of the cigars, for which I'm thankful. Provider of the whiskey, which I'm equally thankful. And probably most importantly, provider of the location for our first broadcast.
That's still a secret.
And to his right would have been Sarahi.
That's right. We are for the pod. There's 4 of us, and it's a podcast.
Yeah.
For the pod.
For the pod. Art and logos to come at a later date. I showed Paula the sort of in progress that my friend is working on.
Oh, he got some going?
He got some, but we didn't like the images that he was able to find, so he's going to try and find other ones.
I think it looks pretty good.
I think it looks pretty good going along so far.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. For those of you that can't see it, that's unfortunate for you, but we're having some artwork for the pod made, and we're looking at some preliminary images, and they actually look pretty good considering.
Which will be revealed at a later date.
Yeah, definitely at a later date.
Yeah. And so will the social media.
Oh, yeah, social media, YouTube page. Spotify page, maybe.
Yes, all of the above. Why not everywhere?
My brother told my brother wants to move out of the state or whatever.
Where does he want to move?
Hey Josh.
Hey,
He
Josh.
wants to move to Oregon, Washington, or Canada.
Okay. Now I asked you this before we started recording.
Yeah.
When was the last time he was in Canada?
He's never been.
When was the last time your brother Josh, hey Josh, was in Washington?
He's never been.
And I think you could predict the third question.
He's also not been to Oregon.
Okay.
Never been to Oregon.
Never been to Oregon.
I'm sure it's nice.
It is nice.
He's gonna murder me.
Maybe.
I will not be here for the next episode.
She would like that though, because by the way, more about Paula. She loves the murder
Oh my
mysteries.
God. That's what you and Sarahi both have in common. You and every other female that we work with have in common.
Bernice.
This is true. I was telling Cody a story of the podcast I was listening to when I got here about John Benet Ramsey, a 6-year-old who was murdered in her home.
And she listened to it with a smile on her face.
Right, it's kind of creepy. It's very unsettling that I'm sitting this close to you right now.
So that just means you have to be careful.
Yeah, I'm not that scared.
I love this song.
Dancing in the Moonlight, ladies and gentlemen. They can't hear the music, by the way.
Oh,
So you have to
Mm.
explain what the hell you're doing.
I'm sorry.
Dancing in the Moonlight. If you can't tell, we're pretty new to this,
Yes.
but I think we're doing crack on.
I think it's going well.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the fourth mic was kind of hard to set up with the 3 mics. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
we
Good thing we had 3.
We have 4.
Yeah.
you have to figure that out when the fourth one's here.
Yeah, it's I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty, but you forgot to introduce our fourth member who's actually here.
Oh, our fourth member, probably the most important of. I guess we are 4 the pod on our first one. It's just our fourth member is Coda, who is asleep. Coda is Joe's husky.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. We'll definitely get some content on him on the YouTube channel.
Mm.
But he's a husky. We've had him for a year. Well, actually, no, not even a year yet. We had him in February, and he's about maybe 2 years old. And he lives in Southern California, so rest his soul.
Good boy. He's very friendly.
Yes, and he loves carrots.
Mm.
Yeah.
Love carrots.
Carrots.
Yeah, no, actually, carrots are a healthy snack for at least huskies. I'm not going to say all dogs, just in case there's that one-off situation, but it's definitely good for huskies.
Yes, listeners, please do not send us letters. We won't read them about, oh my God, you're giving husky.
Paula will read
carrots.
them.
I would, and I would come back and tell Joe that he's getting all this hate because he's feeding his dog a carrot.
She'd get a kick out of that.
We will have a designated person to respond to all hate mail
Not me.
with equal or increased hatred. So
That would be Cody.
I would never.
Mm.
Maybe.
So, what did you get this time at Starbucks? So, a little bit about Cody now.
Now we're moving to me.
He is one of those, how do I say, basic bitches?
Ooh, the most basic of bitches.
He gets the blonde vanilla latte at Starbucks often, and I think he is addicted, to be honest.
Addiction is, a serious thing that should be taken seriously, and I take it seriously by fulfilling that addiction, almost on a daily basis.
You
Yes.
got normal milk, not oat milk?
Yeah, I've gone off oat milk. It's just I taste it too much. I did get. This is actually I told Joe. This is my second coffee of the day. This morning I had a pumpkin spice latte.
Basic.
But the difference is that was a venti. This is a grande.
You said it wrong. It's a PSL.
I was gonna say PSL, but then I would also have to say pumpkin spice latte. For those of us, I guess our 5 listeners know what that is. So
Is that what it's called nowadays? It's down to PSL.
Yeah.
for some people, but
The acronyms.
for others, they don't know what that is.
They need to educate themselves.
By having one,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I am not a big fan of them, but I've tried it, so I could tell people I've tried it.
But yeah, thanks for. I am the most basic of bitches. I do like my coffees in the morning. Not that it does anything for me. I'm really just drinking coffee to drink something in the morning. Although now I like to have it with my morning cigar on the weekends because I can't have it during the week. I'm in an office, working, and it's frowned upon to smoke in an office. I actually think it's illegal to smoke in an office now.
Why?
Health.
Oh, I thought it was like a fire hazard.
Maybe that too. I'm less concerned about that.
Oh, okay.
Because
burn down the
if
building.
there's a fire, I'll get out. Because I just have to. Bernice will take forever to get out of her cube. So, who's our other coworker who sits next to me now?
I think Bernice, out of anybody, is the most likely to start a fire in the office, though. Okay, so more context.
Shout out Bernice.
Bernice. So we all work in an office building, side by side, like an awesome team for the pod. But Bernice is another one in the group, and she, like, let's just say she's on the ladder of bougiest. She's definitely towards the top of that ladder. She has a heater, a fan. She has like just all of these knickknacks around her like cubicle that she actually blew out the power supply for the entire cubicle block.
Oh my god, yes, she did. I was there. I witnessed it. She plugged in her heater, which she doesn't have because I don't know if you're supposed to have those, but officially she doesn't have a heater. Unofficially, she totally has a heater. Yeah, she blew out the. So we live in a row of cubes. We call them blocks. About 10 cubes in a block. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, about 10. And this was back when most people were remote, so there wasn't many of us in the office.
Mhm.
And here she is plugging up things in the cube, and boom, the power goes out in our block, and we have to disperse to different places. But hey, I like that because you know where they put me? In an office.
You went into an office?
I went into what would be Tracy's office.
You're so bougie.
And I liked it, and I felt big. I felt important. I mean, I am important, but I felt it.
I knew you were going to say that. And if Bernice listens to this, I love you.
Bernice, we love you. We love you. It's all with love. Bernice is probably one of the smartest people I know.
This is true. This is true.
But she is the bougiest person I know.
She's also very calm.
She's very calm. She deals with a lot. I don't know how she does it. Joe's also very calm.
That is also true.
I try and channel Joe's energy a lot throughout the day.
Aw.
I try not to take other people's bullshit on my own shoulders.
And believe
That's
me,
the key.
And believe me, listener, there's a lot of it.
I like how you're saying listener.
Listener. Well, we have a listener. Until we get a viewer, I'll start saying viewer, but now we have a listener.
Right. And I'm gonna have to spend probably a couple hours listening to this over again. So probably me.
So, listener, just to give you a sense, now we can move on to Joe.
Me. Okay.
Well, we kind of did. The calmest of calm.
Yeah. See, there's not much there, and that's why I'm so calm.
That's all we have of Joe. We've been working with him for how long? And we really about a little over 2 years, maybe. Just about 2 years.
2.5.
2.5 years. Calm is pretty much the only adjective that describes him.
Okay, that's a good one. I like calm.
I mean, he smokes cigars and drinks whiskey, so what's not to like?
Yeah.
I think you're just a mystery guy.
Mm.
You like to remain mysterious.
Yes. Well, I don't see, like, I like to approach life, successes, failures, anything that goes on in my life. I don't bring up unless asked. I don't like to just be like assume people want to hear about me.
Right.
So like I just kind of like, hey, if somebody wants to ask,
don't do it.
What,
Cody? He's smirking over here and laughing.
Taking what you're saying. Oh, I just broke part of you, sir. I'm sorry. No, I'm listening, and not that what you're saying is funny, but I'm just thinking of the people that aren't do that.
Yeah,
that are like that.
I mean, you broke the chair, and you said you were trying to channel Joe.
That's true.
It's okay. That chair is falling apart.
Yeah, I can see that. But it's okay. It's comfortable. I have a pillow here, which is very nice. My back thanks you.
Right. You're welcome. Back.
Thank you. And now our fourth, who's not here, but we're going to talk about her anyway.
Yes.
That is Sarahi. And if, like Joe, you find that almost impossible to pronounce, you can call her Sarah, according to her. I'm not just making that up.
I've slowly gotten it down though. Sarahi.
Yeah, you're
the H is like silent.
Sarahi.
Yeah.
Sarahi.
Definitely not Sarahi.
Not
She
Sarahi.
makes that clear. She will fight you. She'll take her hoops off and fight you.
Oh, she wears hoops, by the way.
Hoops. Not always.
Not always, but when she's wanting to fight.
Mm.
You know, every once in a while, you know, you get that day in the office when you're like, I'm bringing out the hoops.
And believe me, there were plenty of those days in the last week we had. They were filming, listener, at our office. The show, what was the show? American Auto. They film at our office. And some of the extras had a bit of attitude. towards Sarahi. She
Oh, that's right. No, yeah.
she's most
Paula.
welcome.
Paula, you probably know this story the best. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, Paula's chewing.
Yeah, chew into the mic louder.
Yeah,
please.
we can get the ASMR, points. But
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So, they were filming. We were walking out the door. We were looking at the people sitting, and she was like, "Oh my god, I think they're extras." I was like, "I think they're extras too." And she looked over and she asked someone, "Are you an extra?" And the reply was just like yeah.
Wow.
She almost took off her hoops.
Did she like react then, or were you like out in the parking lot and she wanted to go back?
We were out in the parking lot and she wanted to go back. Already by the cars.
Maybe they saw because throughout the week we would walk in and she was like pretty engaging with like some of the production staff and they were like in good spirits and she was happy. Maybe they saw her like and they like her already more than they like this extra, and the extra knows it. Word to the wise to the extras who are ever listening, please don't have an attitude.
Please be kind.
Especially to the tenants in the building that you're filming in.
Maybe.
But Sarahi, okay. Back to Sarahi. She is...
It's your turn, Paula. He's looking for your love.
Uh-huh.
Coda's walking around the table, going to each of us and giving us a little bit of attention.
See, if it was my dog, Milo, shout out Milo, he would be going around looking for food.
Oh, same. My dog's name is Yoda. He does look like Yoda.
Yeah.
Is he strong with the Force?
Maybe.
Look you just gave me.
Sorry, Yoda. Love you.
Bless you, Coda. Okay, it's your turn to talk about Sarahi. How would you describe Sarahi? Other than hoops. She
is rambunctious. I'm not really sure I really know what that word means, but it's the first word that came to mind.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good. That's a fair, valid, opinion.
She's got personality. Let's put it that way, in a good way. Like it's fun. She can take like strong humor. So like she's somebody who I know that I can give sass to, and she'll give sass right back in a comedic way. Like it's not like there's those people you gotta kind of like just be kind of polite to, and you're chill. But then there's the other people who are like, I can just straight up chew you out, and we'll laugh about it.
And she'll remove you from the group chat.
And she will remove you from the group chat. No, specifically, she will remove Joe from the group chat.
It's 4 times. I said, that's strike 3, Sarahi. And then she went for a 4th.
She went for the first time she removed herself.
She did, and she came back with a little angel emoji saying, "Did you see what I did?"
It was the first time she did it, and we were all like, what? Although part of us did think, no, it's a joke. It's a ruse. It's a joke. But then part of us was like, we don't know her that well.
I was about ready to chat her on the side.
I did chat her on the side. I did text her on the side. I'm like, did I scare you away? Something like that. I said something like that. And what was her response? Oh no, I just took a shower and came back.
Yeah.
She likes to remove Joe from the group chat.
I hope. I mean, like, and I want to say I assume, but that's what I think. So if there is any like sour, like thing out there, you got to understand from my perspective, I'm fucking around. Like there's 0 things I say that are serious in our chats.
There is 0 things he says that are serious. Really, period. Full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why? We deal with like serious shit. For those of you who don't know, we work in loans. It's very serious and boring and blah 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 blah. And if you like bring that into your own being, fuck that. Just let it go. Just be chill. Just talk some shit.
Not gonna lie, starting to sound like Anthony there.
Really?
A good title for Joe? Probably King of the Dad Joke. Sorry, Joey, our other coworker. But King of the Dad Joke is an apt term for my person to my right. It is so dry, his jokes. So emotionless, his jokes.
Sometimes they don't get it the first time.
And but they always land. Oh, it may take a beat, maybe 2, but they land. And sometimes I just can't with you sometimes, Joe.
An example, for those of you who don't know, there's a restaurant called The Stand.
Oh my God. Don't.
Um,
Somebody's
so
gonna make
an
it.
easy one, and this is just a layup for all of you dad jokers out there. But I prefer to sit. But I'm at a restaurant, like fuck that. I'm not gonna go there. What are they gonna?
Stand? You're gonna no? Didn't you say you're gonna open another restaurant called The Sit?
So I mean, I'm sure I said it a couple times. I got to make sure everybody heard it. So, but yes. So I don't know.
That's the kind of humor we're dealing with.
That was not funny.
Really, because
It
you
was-
like you like arched your back in laughter. Like you got the whole like.
I laugh at everything. Literally everything. Come on, I listen to murder podcasts and I'm laughing.
True.
So you're laughing at your murder podcast? That's kind of
No, because the hosts are
strange.
really funny.
Are you one of those types of people who laughs in situations to make yourself like almost like feel better? Like I personally, I'm like this. So like, let's say I'm in an awkward situation at like a funeral. and all due respect to any that situation, I obviously understand and I'm sorry, whatever. But there's something about me that like it tries to like trick myself into humor to make myself feel comfortable in that situation almost. So like I'm one of those types of people who might laugh at inappropriate times, but it's not out of disrespectfulness. It's about just like me trying to be chill. Does that make sense?
I think I'm kind of a sociopath because I'm not sad at funerals.
I don't laugh at funerals. I'm not sad at funerals. Well, it depends whose funeral it is. But I'm a giggler, I guess is what you would
Do
say.
giggle in awkward situations. I know what you're talking about, Joe. I remember I was at, what was it? I think it was Passover. My first Passover with one of my friends when I was, I don't know what grade I was in. I think middle school. And everybody was quiet. Was I laughing? No, I think I just started coughing uncontrollably.
Because you choked, or
No, because when I get in like very awkward, like I'm trying to like behave, it's like okay, just stay quiet, just like be behaved, and then all of a sudden I start choking on air or my own saliva. But I did have one situation where I did just like burst out laughing.
that's never happened to me. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because in awkward situations, I think I'm just awkward, so I won't talk. I will be quiet, and you will know that I'm feeling awkward.
Okay. Well, hey, that's I feel like the normal response.
Yeah, because I get anxious, and I'm like, oh my god, it's too awkward. I need to leave the situation.
Yeah.
And I start to get hot, sweaty.
I think they need to redo how they do funerals.
Should be a celebration. I mean, in a way.
I think it should be something a bit more exciting. I'm over putting boxes in the ground.
That was like very deep. I am not sure how I'm responding.
I want to normalize shooting people out of cannons. My mother, she says
what?
My mother, when she said she died, she wants to be sprinkled over the Cowboys stadium.
Cowboys?
That's specific.
That's very specific. She's a big Cowboys fan, and she wants to be sprinkled over the Cowboys stadium. I said, no, I will do you one better. I'm going to shoot you out of a cannon.
Oh.
I'm going to Evel Knievel you and shoot you out of a cannon over something, over a cliffside, and just sprinkle you into the ocean. I think that's more exciting.
What did she say to that?
Well, it doesn't matter what she said because she'll be dead.
Oh, hi,
so
Cody's
I
mom.
could really do. I could really do anything I want. Really, just getting her opinion on it is a formality.
But then she'll haunt you for the rest of your life.
No, because ghosts aren't real.
We're not getting into that today.
Next time on For the Pod, is there an afterlife? Will you haunt your, I don't know, siblings?
Loved ones?
Yeah. Well, why would, your enemies, maybe?
I'd haunt my enemies for sure.
Yeah, you'd enjoy that, wouldn't you?
I would.
Yeah.
Put them in a tree.
I was thinking, cremation, cremate me, or don't.
Or don't.
Oh, cremate my skin and stuff, but keep my bones.
So who gets to remove your skin?
You, Cody.
Oh,
wow.
So anyway, but use the material to create like a statue. So my bones are in there, and and then drop it into the ocean.
Oh,
like those art pieces. Like, was it down in Mexico or something? They have like those statues of people, that that they put at the bottom of the ocean. They're like family.
Yeah, yeah, and like it'll save the reef too, because there's something about that where like the stuff it'll create homes for like fish and stuff, but
Wow.
like there'll be like a statue of there, like me, like being all statue like. But I'm not trying to like obstruct like anybody's of living's view. Like I'm not trying to be in the middle of a square or anything. I'm trying to be in the ocean. Nobody's gonna see that. It's not for other people. I think it'd just be kind of cool. Like you're just like a part of now like this and you could scuba dive and like yeah.
True, but or here's another option.
Oh no.
Is that we could do the same thing, whole thing, skeleton statue, but then we use you for like Halloween, and then we bring you out, and you're like a statue for Halloween. I think that would be great. I like that.
Okay.
That idea. Yeah. The ocean seems like but then nobody gets to really appreciate the art.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Who's creating the statue? Cody also?
Oh, well, I'm not that.
Paula, you can chip in.
Okay, great.
Maybe we can cremate parts of you. Do you think you get a discount? Can you request only being cremated like partially?
I thought when they cremate you, they put you in the box and you get cremated with the box, so you're like contaminated.
Oh.
Wait, so part of your ashes are just cardboard?
That's what I thought, or maybe I don't know. We should probably Google that.
And we should, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, can you pull that up?
Jamie, where you at?
Yeah.
Jamie, oh shit, we don't got Jamie. Jamie's too busy doing like freaking millionaire podcasts.
Oh, that's true. Oh, Ben just left the Tim Dillon podcast. Maybe we can get Ben Avery. No, Joey knows.
No. I know. I like know of what you speak of.
Yeah, no, he's doing bigger and better things. We don't have a producer.
You mean like for the pod?
Yeah, or for the pod. Joe's changing our. We have two Joes. We have a Joe and we have a Joey. So we have Joe squared. And without a doubt, Sarahi likes to call me Joe and Joe Cody.
I do that too. Sometimes. So does
And because apparently we look so alike.
Who?
You and me.
We do?
Because Sarahi calls you Cody and me Joe.
Okay. I'll accept it. I mean, we're both Caucasian males. Just
Oh, why you gotta bring race in? We're having a nice time.
Well, I'm saying we're relatable. Like you and me are like similar in like our appearances. You know what? I don't know. We both like cigars. We both like whiskey.
That's true. We are practically the same person.
Right.
Is okay.
He doesn't wear hats though. That's one thing.
I don't wear hats.
Cody does not wear hats. I wear hats. I'm wearing a hat right now.
You are wearing a hat right now. Very nice hat
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I do wear hats to the gym sometimes, although not lately.
My mom told me if you wear hats often, you're gonna go bald faster.
You know, that is a fear of mine.
So
I have a fear that I will go bald.
I did too, because my dad is bald, and it usually happens if it's gonna happen to you early. It happens now. Like for those of you who don't know, I'm like 25, about to turn 26. So like this is when you get bald if you're gonna get bald early. So like now I think I'm chill. I've reached that point where like I would be getting bald by now. But yeah, no. But the thing is though, hats like originally like the design of the hat was meant to not obstruct your hair. That's why they had the high roof.
Oh.
It was so that you could maintain your hairstyle, but because a hat was what everybody wore because it was a part of like the suit.
Right.
So like that's why they had like the round shapes and the gowns. It was because to not obstruct your like head and stuff like that with your look.
That makes sense.
I don't wear hats often. If I wear a hat to the office, I'm having a really bad day.
Oh yeah, with
I've
the
never seen it.
ponytail sticking out the back.
No, I don't do that because I don't put my hair in a ponytail that often, but it would be too low. But yeah, I've only worn a hat to the office like 2 times.
Really? I wasn't working at the office at the time, was I?
Yeah.
I would only wear hats if to the office. I mean, I've done it on the odd during like regular work, but usually if we had to go in on the weekends in the old days, I would come in sweats and a baseball cap. I usually wouldn't put contacts. I wore contacts at the time. I don't wear contacts now because I had the LASIK.
Bougie.
Real quick, any drinks, anything anybody need? Any water?
No.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Thank you for looking out for us, Joe.
Also, our 4th member texted us back.
Oh, Sarahi.
Did she?
She did. She said you failed to inform us that you have a pool, Joe.
Did
Actually, he didn't. He did say he had a pool because he
Ooh.
said he did say that that's why filming outside would be a better backdrop because there was a pool.
Yeah, I mean, you guys haven't seen my room, so like my room is there would just be it would be so there was like there's no room for any like somebody would be on my like bed and like somebody would be like sitting on like my dresser, like, you know what I'm saying?
We don't know you like that.
Yeah, you're not there yet. Cody.
Okay.
You're
No,
not there.
yet.
Yeah, we would
Neither-
be too
Plus,
cramped.
there would be an undying urge to clean.
Oh, that is correct.
Oh my gosh! So a little bit about us. We have a text message for the pod, and sometimes we'll send a picture like, oh, like for whatever reason, like we're in our room taking a picture, and the impulse of every single member inside that group chat is to criticize the finest details of their room. So it's like I'm just laying on my bed, like for whatever reason, I'm taking a picture of me watching Netflix, laying on my bed, and then so like somebody like Cody or Paula from the corner is like, "Why is there a cord coming out of your dresser? Like, what? Why is your painting behind the TV? Like, who's organizing your room right now?"
That's very true. Although your room was fairly put together. There was artwork behind the TV, although it kind of worked because it almost looked like a rising sun coming up from behind the TV. So that kind of worked. You did have cords coming out from things in places,
like weird drawers.
Unsightly. Oh my god, his lighting, his LED.
Oh my
lighting.
god, it was like 12 p.m. and it was like 9 p.m. Okay, guys.
Oh, she saw because I also stream on the side, by the way. It's on Twitch, so
I wasn't even talking about that.
But
no, I was talking about the lighting strips that he has by his TV. The horrendous job of like setting that up, where you could just see it like falling off. Is like, it's meant to create an illusion that there's light back there. You're not meant to see behind the curtain, Joseph.
Well, there was a reason, and the reason is because there's almost so much slack, and I needed to switch in a certain spot, and I wouldn't wrap around my TV like I wanted to. And I'm also the type, I'm not a perfectionist. I get the job done, and I get to the job done to the point that it works. Any extra effort to me is a waste.
So good enough is really the vibe.
What is the goal? Did I reach that goal? Anything else? Waste.
So does it look good? Not really factoring in.
I think it looks fine, Cody.
Well, hey, you're the one that has to live in it, so
right, exactly.
As long as you're okay with it. Now, if we turn to Paula's room,
hey,
Paula was sending a picture of trying to find something to watch on God knows what.
You guys tore it apart.
She, in her room, she has a book, Watching You. If you've read it, I haven't, and probably never will. But then I zoom in, and there's this purple duck on her coffee table, just randomly, like a squeaker duck. I'm talking like a duck that you have in the bathtub. Like there's one in the pool. I can see one right now. There's a yellow one right there. Except that purple and a devil. That's probably a thermometer.
No, I was gonna say we're coming back to that duck. If it's
I bet you
random.
There's a thermometer because I know that because I've seen it somewhere else. Anyway, and so you have this purple devil duck who's watching you next to this book, watching you. So this duck clearly wrote this book, guys. And now we're zooming in, and this Paula has behind her television. I don't know what is with people. Why do people do that? You have 3, 4 pictures, individual frames, neatly lined up, symmetrical, very nice, looks very good on the wall. Behind your big flat screen TV, which is sitting on a dresser, nicely positioned against the wall. Then if you take a wider angle of your room and scan to the left, there's a blank wall next to your television that could easily be taken up by, you guessed it, 3 to 4 pictures that are currently behind her TV.
Okay.
Explain yourself.
Okay. First, I live in a studio, so the whole place is my room, living room, dining room, kitchen,
bathroom.
My dad, that's why everything is so lined up well, is an engineer. So he, does the measuring and the thingies and the what is it? The little ruler with the liquid in the thing.
The level?
Oh yeah, that's what it's called.
It's called a level, Paula.
Right. So he put it up.
You know things.
And it looked great, but I got a new TV about a year ago because it was on sale at Costco. I'm an impulse buyer. And I put it up and it blocked the frames, but for like 6 months I did not notice that it blocked the frames. Until one day I was just looking up there and I was like, oh, the frames are just random pictures. I think there's a picture of a penguin, the Empire State, and just like clouds and something else.
Now, first question is, why didn't you at least raise them above the level of the television?
So that would require me to use a level and make sure that they're all straight, and that requires a lot of work. I'm also very short, and I don't have a ladder. Oh, guess I could stand on the dresser, but no.
Or you could call your dad, who hung the pictures in the first place, and say, "Hey, Dad, because I am spatially unaware, I put this television in front of these pictures you so kindly hung for me in a very neat fashion, but now I need them moved." It's an option.
It is an option, and I could move them to the left and right of the television, so the blank wall would have frames, and the other blank wall would have frames. But why? No one's in my place.
You see, and then we get to my room, which was completely perfect in every single way.
Okay.
They could find nothing wrong with my wonderful.
It doesn't have a duvet.
A what?
Isn't that what they call like the top of a bed?
A duvet.
A duvet?
Oh, yeah.
A duvet. Oh my god.
What
a
is
duvet?
it?
I don't
Yeah.
have a duvet. I don't like a duvet. I don't like having to shove a normal blanket into a blanket case to then fasten it to each corner and then close it up just to have it shift in this blanket cover. I've dealt with them before. They are horrendous. Should be summarily destroyed and not sold in any store. In any store that sells a duvet. Or is it a duvet cover? No, is the duvet the cover or the actual blanket?
The duvet is
the
the
poof.
actual blanket.
Oh, okay, a duvet cover.
Or is it the poof in it?
I mean, I don't know why it's called a duvet. I mean,
well,
it's really
a duvet
fluffy.
or a duvet cover. I'm talking about the covers that the blanket goes in. So whatever that's called, that needs to be destroyed, discontinued, and any store that sells one needs to go out of business.
Tell us how you really feel.
That's how
That's
I really
pretty strong feeling. See, I have that same kind of feeling about what I guess is called a loofah. Bullshit. That is called a scrunchie. That is what you use to shower with. And where did it even come up with that name?
It's called a loofah. Scrunchie's what's on my hand.
No. Well, yes, but no.
I call it a scrunchie, but I also know it as a loofah.
What?
Loofah does not. What? I've literally gone 25 years of my life without knowing that term.
We're talking like the little ball things that you shower with and you scrub and stuff like that.
Yeah. They're
it's
called a loofah.
See, but no.
But yes. There's no but no. It's what it's called. You use one.
I do.
And you call it a scrunchie. Is it advertised as a scrunchie?
I don't care what people
I think.
Words are arbitrary. We decided that a tree is tree because there was people around a circle and we're like, yeah, we're going to call that a fucking tree. There's no reason behind it. It's because. It's literally
there is
because.
A reason. I don't know where the word tree comes from.
If you all want to call it a loofah, but I want to call it whatever, like, see, this is where there's like different languages. You know? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm still going to Google that though.
We're
right
gonna
now.
Google where the word tree comes from.
That's a lot.
I imagine it comes from a Germanic or Anglo-Saxon thing. It doesn't come from Latin because the Latin word for tree is arbor. So.
Right, but like if you really get to the nitty-gritty of it, it came from a dude like saying, "What the hell do you want to call that?" And they were like,
I mean, all words are like.
That's my point. Words are arbitrary. Names are arbitrary. It's what we decide as a group to call something. That's it. That's all that it is. The rules are all made up. The words are all made up. It's just an agreement of people. So if you want to make your own freaking word, if you say something and somebody's like, "That's not a word," dude, I just made it a word.
I think you've officially lost your mind.
You lost me for a while because I was Googling why it's called a tree.
I think we need to have him committed.
You did up. I said I was going to Google it right now, but I can't find a real answer.
One segment that we were going to do was unnecessary letters and words, but I feel like Sarahi is the driving force behind this. Maybe we'll save that for when she's here next time.
Yeah.
I have feelings for sure.
Hidden, not hidden, silent letters and words.
Yeah.
Tsunami.
That's a.
Me.
I should preface this by saying we weren't relegating this to like English words, but even foreign words like any other language.
Island?
Oh God.
Like a tsunami, lasagna, where there's a G in lasagna.
Lasagna?
Exactly.
Q.
Bologna?
Oh, it's Bologna.
Bologna?
Why do people... Never mind. We'll say this. I'll say my
That's what that
opinions.
word is. It is how Bologna.
Oh,
'Cause
I
it-
think Joey wanted to get on into that too.
Yeah, oh yeah, Joey. But Joey probably also wants to talk about like conspiracy alien stuff and
Hey, I'm
And-
out with that.
He also wants to talk about animals attacking each other or something.
yeah, we
What,
told
like
him
in
that
the
he has to
wild?
demonstrate that.
Yeah, something about that.
In the wild,
I don't know.
Cody wants.
Sorry,
the name.
I'm using my expert sign
using-
language to ask Joe to pass the flame.
But Joe didn't know what he was asking for.
No, he just put out his arm and like was like, grab, give me, Paula, give me.
Like a baby?
Yes.
I know.
He was gonna give it
I
to
was
me.
gonna give it to Paula. She's not smoking a cigar. She's
Would
not
you like
part
a
of the-
cigar?
No, thank you.
Have you
I-
tried a cigar yet? Have you ever smoked a cigar?
I've never smoked a cigar.
Have you smoked anything?
I have. I have
You
smoked.
have smoked something.
I have smoked
You
something.
have smoked
Okay.
the thing.
I have smoked things.
Okay. More about Paula. What have you smoked?
Nobody from work's gonna listen to this except the people we already know.
Well-
And that was a joke. You don't need to
yeah,
explain.
you don't need to incriminate yourself. You can
Why
say
would
that
I
there's-
incriminate myself?
You can say whatever the fuck you
I'm
want.
not sure it's legal.
I'm just not trying to put it on you. That's
Oh
all.
well, I am.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to get you to talk about yourself,
I'm talking about myself.
or we can talk about.
I
it.
like to remain a mystery too. So
Mysterious Paula. Paula P.
nope.
Paula
Paula
P.
P.
No. I have smoked the things.
I have smoked things. I have not smoked things.
Oh really?
I've smoked cigars. And the
Nah, I don't
occasional
think I could do that.
cigarette.
I'm willing to do it. So, like, I was a big weed guy for a while.
Okay.
Not anymore. I don't actually smoke weed anymore, but there was a long time where I did. Let's put it that way.
Why'd you stop?
So actually, religious reasons.
Oh,
Put
Okay.
it that way.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went down that road for a while. Well, I'm still down that road, but yeah. Anyway, I stopped smoking weed.
You
And I
still down-
love
you
weed.
still- You still down the religious road, or for the religious reasons, or just down the road of not smoking the weed?
No, I would smoke weed today. I
Yeah.
love weed,
Yeah.
but I choose not to.
Oh, you choose. Not to.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you miss it?
Sometimes it's strange. I loved smoking weed during rainy weather.
Mm.
That was like the best time to do it. I would like chill, just like make something warm, like coffee or something, and like have like a joint or something, or like a spliff.
Mm.
But no, yeah, I gave all that up.
Yeah, I never smoked weed because I could never get past the smell.
For me, it was the burning sensation in my throat.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then I tried edibles, the little gummies. Had the best sleep I ever had. Best fucking sleep. But I don't do it like now. I mean, I would do it. I just don't do it by myself because I feel like I'd freak out by myself. So whenever I did do it, I was with like people.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think
I was like that for a little while.
because I would like sit there and I would realize that I'm having a conversation with myself in my head. I'm like talking, and I'll look to the person and I'm like, oh, so I'm just talking. Okay, I should probably talk out loud.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're like, it makes you like think about yourself a little bit too.
Yeah, and every single like move you're making.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
feel
almost
like when
am
I
I
move,
being weird? And personally, I know the feeling. I got over that feeling, but I understand the experience. But yeah, no, I was definitely into that stuff, and edibles are like a total different experience too.
yeah,
It's a lot more like psychedelic.
Mhm.
It's more
and
like
it comes out of nowhere.
I have had an edible.
And how was that experience?
It was a very interesting experience. Would you like to hear about
I
my experience?
would.
So it was a chocolate bar.
I
I
don't
didn't,
like
I
this.
didn't eat a whole chocolate bar. I'm not, Joey Diaz eating whole chocolate bars. It was a very first experience. It was years ago with one of my ex, may he rot in hell. He probably already is. And just gave me a piece, and it was not that big. I mean, I think it was not that big, but apparently it was a bit more for me, who has never done anything like that before. It was probably more than I needed. And to give you some context, that day we were driving from downtown LA down to San Clemente
Oh, it's rough.
and then back.
It's even rougher.
Because we were moving furniture, and so we had to drive down there. We had to get a U-Haul and move the furniture, drive it back to downtown LA. So we decided to. It was me, the dipshit of an ex, and his dipshit friend, and they smoked weed and stuff. And they
Mhm.
came and say, "Here, take this," and say, "Okay, take it." And I'm fine. I'm not feeling it. I'm like, "This is stupid. No wonder I don't do this. This is dumb." And so we get in the car, and we start driving. I'm the only one that can legally drive. So,
Right.
we're leaving downtown, and he turns to me and he goes, "Why are you driving so slow?" And I'm like, "What?" Well, there was traffic too, and we were trying to get around the traffic to get on the 5. And I'm like, "What?" And we get stuck in traffic. I'm frustrated, and I rip off my sunglasses, and I turn, and apparently my eyes were like so glazed over, and they looked at me and they're like, "Oh shit!" It's like, "You need to pull over, and somebody else needs to drive." And that's what we did. By the time we got there, that was my first experience. And so I'm sitting in the car and just trying to, enjoying. Just I might as well just enjoy the feeling. And we got there, and I had to drive a U-Haul back from San Clemente to downtown LA.
That's gross.
That was amazing.
I mean,
No, the experience of driving the U-Haul down the 5 to downtown LA, that was kind of fun.
Okay.
Like driving a bus.
Yeah. I had a really, really bad experience with a homemade edible a couple years ago.
Brownies?
It was a cookie.
Ooh.
So it was a Friday after work, and I was gonna go see Ed Sheeran in concert. And the
Thanks for the invite.
person, it was a spontaneous thing. The person I was going with had homemade edibles, like a cookie, and she was like, "Would you like a piece?" And I was like, "Sure." So I took it. It was at the Staples Center, so I took it before we left. We're almost at the Staples Center, and I was like, "I don't feel anything." She's like, "Would you like to take like another quarter?" I was like, "Absolutely." So
bum, bum, bum.
and then we get there, and she's about to smoke a bowl. She's like, would you like a hit? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Yes, I would. And as soon as I took the hit and I stepped out in the parking lot, I went, fuck. And I don't remember the concert at all. I also puked on the way home outside the window.
So you
boy.
didn't have me driving you.
Exactly. Cody's an amazing driver when you're drunk. Also, because I get really car sick, and I felt like I was just gliding.
Yeah.
On the streets.
That's another fantastic story. Yeah. After 10, how many hours?
It was 12 plus hours at brunch in West Hollywood.
12 plus hours at brunch in West Hollywood. That was the night we spent 5 hours on the dance floor at Rocco's. Shout out Rocco's. Way to drop things,
I
Joe.
know,
Interrupting my story. God damn.
Sorry.
I forgive you maybe this time. Drive home. We're drinking. I'm sober enough to drive. I didn't drink at all that night. I drove and did not drink at all that night.
Is that when you pulled off my boots in the park?
Was that then?
No, probably another time.
I can't keep it. No, that was another time because we left before everybody else.
Ah, yes.
They were all still on the dance floor in the chapel. Because we were joined late by other members of our usual group.
That is true.
And I drove Paula home. I knew she was going to be in my car, and I knew she was going to be drunk as fuck, which she was. And I swear to God, I drove like 60 miles an hour the entire way, maybe even 55. I was that person on the freeway.
I don't remember the freeway because I'm pretty sure I fell asleep right around did we pass by like Brentwood or like UCLA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I drove her down Sunset, which I usually zoom down Sunset, or I would when I would usually go home from West Hollywood. And those are some windy, bumpy roads.
This is true because I've taken an Uber at a previous brunch event, and I had to puke in the Uber and outside and before I got into my parents' house.
I've done that. I had my few experiences in an Uber is I puked, not in the Uber. It wasn't my first time going to West Hollywood with you guys. It might have been the second. The first time I went out to West Hollywood with a group of friends. So it's Paula, Bernice. Well, Bernice left.
She does always leave.
Franny, Stephanie, shout out to all the people being mentioned. My first time with this group, I'm fairly new at the company, and we start off. Yeah, that was fairly new. It had to have been 2018, 2019.
Oh, was this that brunch day that we're still talking about?
No, not that day. This is the day where I had to be taken out of the chapel to the alleyway by Stephanie.
Yes, good times, good times.
But that was the first time I went out with you guys to brunch and then drinks. And It was fun. We always start off with brunch, bottomless mimosas. I forget where we went.
Never do bottomless mimosas. We also went to Sal's in West Hollywood. Shout out to Sal's.
Shout out Sal's. 2-hour limit on bottomless mimosas, and I tell you, there's a reason for that, and it's a good reason because we can get rowdy, and we almost started to. But then we went from Sal's in West Hollywood down to like Club Row.
I was gonna say. I think it's Santa Monica though.
Santa Monica and San Vicente.
Yeah.
Where the clubs are, who are finishing up their brunches, and we're basically bar hopping at 11 o'clock in the morning.
What a time!
And we stopped at Rage at the time.
Oh, $2 vodka shots.
$2 vodka shots. Not only $2 vodka shots, 2 rounds of $2 cheap vodka shots. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what set the stage for my demise. Paula's just recounting like that flavor. Thank you, Joe. Joe bringing us some water. Shout out.
He's a great host.
He's an amazing. I would not be this good of a host.
We will be coming back, obviously, because we have nowhere else to do this.
We'll write you a good Yelp review.
Please, 5 stars.
5 stars. But anyway, so we get, and then we go from, I think it was Rage, or maybe Revolver. I can't remember. Whatever it is, it's not there anymore. Wherever we went. And then we go over to the chapel and we order Moscow Mules.
That was me.
That was Paula. Thank you, Paula. Paula's favorite drink. Anybody who wants to send her Moscow Mules. Be sure to include the copper cups. I drank it and I knew it. I'm going downhill already. That Moscow Mule. Nope. It's vodka, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do vodka.
A lot of people can't do vodka.
I think that's and I will say the second round of vodka shots was my fault because I paid for them, and people didn't know they were coming until I put them in their face.
And that is why we've stopped doing these brunches, because I don't think I can take it anymore.
I don't know if that's the only reason why. I feel like COVID kind of did that, and then we also kind of just like kind of would rather just sleep on Sunday morning.
We're grown now.
We're grown. We've outgrown the party life, if you call that party life. But anyway, so I'm going downhill. We're sitting by the exit at the chapel, and I'm just like, I'm out of it. I'm trying not to projectile vomit. And to Stephanie's credit, our coworker who's sitting next to me decides, okay, can you make it? I'm like, nope. And she takes me out of the chapel, just around the corner into the alley, where I proceed to fulfill the need of that requirement. And I feel better. My shoes are ruined, but I feel better. I come back, sit down. That night, though, I made it home fine. The next time we went out, I made it the whole time, but on the Uber ride home, I felt it. I told him, I told the guy, I need you to pull over. We were on the freeway. I need you to pull over. He is taking his sweet ass time pulling this car over to the side of the freeway. And I'm like, I don't want to make a mess because I hear horror stories about the fee they charge you if you ruin their car. So I rolled down that window, and as he's still driving along the freeway, out the window.
Oof.
Gross.
Yeah,
but I didn't get the mess in the car.
That is true. I mean, I've done it. We've all done it.
So,
Joe?
Yeah, no. I used to be in a fraternity in college. The fraternity remained nameless, but so for every party we had what they called a risk team. So I was the risk manager for a little while. So basically like everybody's having fun in the party. The risk team was the people who prevented unwanted people from getting into the party, to safe drive people home. So we would have people who would be DDs for the night, and they would drive the people home. And we got to the point where we would like buy trash bags to put in the DD's cars, and they would attach to the seats in front of them, so that like in those cases they would have a trash bag right in front of them. So I'm very familiar with these kinds of situations.
That is so smart. Why don't Uber drivers do that, picking up from West Hollywood?
I was going to say that. They have like little throw out bags now, which is not enough. And it's like a little like circle. Like I'm supposed to just shoot it in there.
Yeah, not big. You need a trash bag. Good couple gallons.
Yeah,
bags.
no holes though.
You almost need like a serial killer's car. You need to put like plastic down all in the back to clean up the mess, just in case.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like an Uber Black.
Oh yeah, but that's like bougie. You would take it Uber Black. Yes, it is.
I never took on one.
Me neither.
Yeah, I have my fair share of blacked out stories. To fill you in on one, and one that goes a little deep. So get ready, strap in, ladies and gentlemen. Pop your popcorn.
I'm fully strapped and almost at the end of my cigar.
Freaking get another one, Cody. What the hell, man?
Going to.
So anyway, I was like 18 or so, 17 maybe. I think I was 18. No, I was definitely 18. For those of you who don't know, I live in Southern California, so I was going out to the Palladium, and I was seeing the artist Excision. And if you are unfamiliar with Excision, he is a very hard EDM artist. And let's just say that I never witnessed his performance because inside the we're underage at the time and stuff. So we managed to get ourselves a couple of handles, and it was Raspberry Smirnoff.
No.
Yes. And anyway, to this day, if I had that, I don't even need to tell me what it is. If Raspberry Smirnoff touches my tongue, I immediately, get sick because of this experience. Anyway, there was 4 of us. We had, this alcohol. We were like, okay, we can't come in and out, so we're just gonna kill this now, so we don't have to keep coming in and out. Did the math. We had about 45 minutes to get into the line, and so it came out to 13 shots each, and it was a shot every minute.
Joe.
So, and these were in my high school days. Like for I don't know, and people might be different, but in high school, that's when I could drink my strongest, surprisingly. So this was in the day I could hold the liquor the best, and so we got through the 13 shots in a minute each. And let's just say that I barely remember the line. I was browning out in the line, completely blacked out in the venue. And the last thing I remember was me completely separated from my crew, smoking something with complete strangers.
Okay.
And the last thing I remember is this is not weed.
Oh.
And then I blacked out.
What?
Did you find out what it was?
I don't have the definite proof, but contextual details point to a certain substance known as angel dust. Because what I was doing, had no shirt on, no pants on, flexing with all of my like. There's a picture of me that I wish never existed. Me just out of my mind, rage mode, flexing everything. And I was apparently fighting people. I was just absolutely going crazy in this venue, to the point where I eventually had to be taken out by an ambulance. Woke up in the hospital the next morning around 6 o'clock. Well, actually, back it up a little bit. I remember being in the ambulance and me at one point being like, "Thank you guys are awesome," flipping over to you guys suck. It was an alter ego situation. And they were worried about my heart stopping. They were hooking me up to a bunch of these things. Woke up in the hospital. The nurses were looking at me with a look I clearly did some shit to them as well. And I'm like, "I'm so sorry, my phone's dead. Can you charge my phone?" They're like, "Oh God." Thank God I had a buddy who really looked out for me. He picked me up from the hospital at that point in time. But I was 18. And this is where it gets a little deep, though. The number one thing I take from that experience is I woke up completely alone. None of my boys were there. My family wasn't there because I was 18. I didn't call them. All of this stuff. And this is one of those life lesson situations where I'm for one, I'm not indestructible. That was my lesson of I'm not indestructible. You need to take care of myself out there. And 2, really care about who you surround yourself with, because they can be your bestest boys while you're having a good time, but in the thick of the situation, will they be there? Even if they're intoxicated, blah 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 blah. Who do you want to be there in your worst moments? Because I had nobody.
Joe,
That's deep.
That was deep.
Yeah,
That's true.
But that is true because
Was it?
Yeah.
What does Dan Pena say? "Show me your friends, I'll show you your future."
yeah.
Man, that.
yeah. No, it's deep, and that's what we're gonna get here for the pod.
That's
We're gonna have some light moments. We're gonna be joking around. We're gonna get a little deep, look a little deep.
You almost made me cry.
Shall we talk about our blackout moment? I didn't. Your blackout moment, Jesus, blows mine out of the water.
Yeah, my blackout moment is only like, no, it's bad.
Mine,
That is not that bad.
I only have one blackout moment, and
Go for it.
I don't really even. I guess that's part of
That's
a blackout. I don't remember it, but mine was a bit more embarrassing, I guess. All my stories are work related, so
Oh boy.
my only blackout is, and the people our 5 viewers know this story already.
I know the story.
Paula knows the story because she is a player in the story. She has a part. She makes a cameo
I'm
and
very
then quickly
sorry.
exits. So every year there's a party at the end of the year, and a part of the party is alcohol, good company, some friends, coworkers, all that fun stuff. And there's no limit, and it's free, which is my favorite combination of things.
Of course.
And it started off earlier. We were talking about that blue drink. That was a blue drink that started the drinking of the evening. I don't
Okay.
know what was in it. I was handed it, which kids don't take drinks from people that just hand you things.
No, sir.
We're education here and we're safety oriented. After that, they have some top shelf hooch, and so they have Glenlivet, which is quite smooth. I particularly like Glenfiddich, but Glenlivet is what they had. And so they give it to you in little, maybe like 4-inch size cups with ice. I had 1, 2, 4, 5. I think by the end of the night, 7, 8
Oh boy.
of those, plus maybe 1 or 2 rounds of shots of the same. And I was feeling good. I was having an amazing. It was an amazing night. Was it not an amazing night, Paula? We had
Yes, it
a
was.
lot of fun. There was music, dancing. There was an Elvis impersonator. Not impersonator.
I thought that was
Oh,
called.
is it impersonator?
Yeah.
Yeah, an Elvis impersonator. Who nobody was feeling. Nobody was about this. We got more reaction from like our coworkers arriving than they gave him. I don't know whose idea it was, but anyway, so by the end of the night, it's wrapping up, and the cold air, like we're leaving, and when that cold air hits you, it hits you like a truck. It hits you like a train all at once, all those drinks. And I turned, according to Paula, who can vouch for me, I turned pale as a ghost.
I have the picture to prove it too.
She has the picture to prove it. And the thing is, the picture she has, I have no memory of this. It's in a photo booth. I have no memory of this photo booth. I have no memory of being in the photo booth. I remember dancing and then trying to leave. And so she takes me by the hand and she's like, okay, we're going to go to the bathroom now. She leads me by the hand to the bathroom and she points me towards the direction. She's like, okay, you got to go in there. I can't go with you, but you got to go in there. And then I go in there and then Paula vanishes.
I really couldn't go in there with you.
You could have found someone.
You know, I was also intoxicated.
She was also intoxicated.
So I did you a solid because you said you needed to go to the bathroom.
And so I'm in this bathroom. I am beginning the first act of this opera of reliving this whiskey that I've drank, and interspersed with needing to switch positions for obvious requirements that you can imagine. And eventually, some people come in. Stephanie comes in, finds me there in a very compromised position. The only one that I work with who have ever seen me in any such compromised positions. And she helps me get back up, and I walk out. In this bathroom are Stephanie, the person I went with, and my now boss, who wasn't my boss at the time, but he's standing there. I have no memory of walking out of the stall. And the next thing I know, I feel like I'm being carried, one arm above one, my other arm above the other, just floating out of the venue to the parking lot, where I think then is when I blacked out, because I have no memory of being loaded into the car, driving in the car. I was being in the car and arriving at the destination where I was going to be laid to rest, essentially.
Late?
But the story doesn't end there, because we get there and I don't have my keys. My keys are in the car that we used to get there, and I didn't drive. So they have to leave me there. So they roll out a yoga mat on the driveway and take a shirt, a USC shirt, of course. Because,
Oh, your karma.
they lay me down, just sprawled out on this yoga mat, and they leave to go back to the venue, which is it's not that far away. It's about like 10 minutes away from the house. So it's not that far. So they leave Stephanie and somebody else with me, and it starts to rain. It starts to rain as I'm laying there, and I know I'm loving this rain right now. It feels amazing on my drunk face. Finally, they come back. They once again carry me into the house. I'm directing them, turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, just leave me there into the nearest bathroom they could find. And I woke up the next morning and I was still drunk. Let me get this. I was not hungover. I was legit. I was still drunk. And then, long takeaway from that is not too long after that, a few months after that, that guy that was my future boss hired me for his team.
You made a good impression.
I made a great impression. I know how to party, but I'm not going to be that guy again.
Okay.
That's my blackout story. Excuse me while I light up my second cigar. I finished my first one. I am doing 2 a day today, and I'm about to light up my second.
Am I supposed to tell my blackout story now?
You have to.
Okay.
No, you can do whatever the hell
You can change the subject if you want.
Change the subject.
Well, I can tell it because I've only had one blackout story. I went bar hopping by where I live. I think we went to like 3 different bars. First bar was great, shots, mixed drinks, get the night going. The second bar was terrible because they didn't have very good drinks. So I think I just took a sip of my drink and then we left. The third bar is where it all happened. I got to the third bar. I ordered a shot. No, it was a kamikaze shot because I like sweet things. So that was going to mess me up.
Freaking kamikaze.
So I ordered a kamikaze shot. I remember texting my friend something. I remember taking the kamikaze shot. I remember dancing to Body by Meg Thee Stallion.
Body, yada, 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 yada.
And I don't remember anything else. I woke up the next morning. I looked at the person and I was like, I have absolutely no idea how we got here. But you know what? I knew the person, so at least it wasn't a stranger.
That's good. Somebody to take care of you, or was they just there?
No, I was with someone, so they took care of me. I mean, I don't remember anything. Like literally, I think I have like vague pictures of how I got there, like got home, but I don't remember anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
For like
Did I know you?
Yes, you did know me.
Okay. So within the last
4
years.
Exactly.
We'll keep any other time frames
a mystery.
A mystery because
then you can connect.
We don't
the
remember.
Time
We don't remember when it was though.
I might. You don't know that.
Oh, okay. I was trying to give you the benefit.
I mean, I don't remember.
I was trying to give you an out, but hey, fuck me, right?
Yeah, I've been blacked out. Maybe like you could probably count it on my hand. And this one really isn't a story, but like I remember waking up like covered in scratches with it missing a shirt on my bed.
You have wild blackouts.
Like
Joe gets around because maybe you had an amazing night.
Maybe, dude. I don't know if I fell in a thorn bush. I don't know if like I was with a kinky ass girl. I don't know. Like I like no shirt on, and I was like on top of my bed, and I woke up and I was just like, where the hell did I go? And what shirt was I wearing? But yeah, I have a feeling somebody's got the other half of that story somewhere.
Oh, and they're telling it. There was this one time
at band camp. There was this guy.
Oh man,
that spoke to Cody.
I never was at band camp.
I was not. I did go to private school for 12 years of my life. Catholic school. No,
I went to Catholic school.
I did not.
You did not.
I did not. I went to a Methodist elementary school. I only know that now that I'm older.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it at the time.
Do you like Catholic school?
Sure. I was a very good girl when I was young. So Cody's laughing, but this is true. I didn't do anything. The first time I had a drink, I think I was a senior in high school. Prom night. Yeah, I didn't do much in high school. Catholic school was all right. I feel like it probably saved me a lot of trouble. Not that I was trouble. Maybe I could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like there's pros and cons to the situation, right? Because I also was in that kind of similar situation. I was very sheltered for a long time. I was in Catholic school at a younger age and then went to public school. So like I was like really against a lot of things for a while and then just warmed up to them in a way.
But I honestly didn't mind Catholic school too much. Like on the Fridays, you'd go to church, and that was like an easy hour and a half where you didn't have to do anything really. So like as a kid, like I was like, all right, that's cool with me, um, and I got a lot of culture. I feel like from that too. And then I went to public school, so I got the other situation of the culture on other sides. So it was interesting. Um, but I don't regret it. No, I don't regret it. I think you kind of have to have some sort of aspect of like understanding like multiple different cultures, whether or not you agree with them or not. And I had that experience there, and I don't regret it. Looking back, I don't.
Speaking of Catholic school, when did you start smoking cigars?
Right out of Catholic school. No, I started smoking cigars really recently. Probably about like probably like when I started working where I work. So like around like 2 years ago. Because and honestly, it satisfies my smoking urge because again, like I said earlier, like I enjoy smoking. I enjoyed smoking weed, but you also have like this you also develop this behavior of enjoying just like the act of smoking something, at least in my personal experience. So like I enjoy like burning something, like the routine of doing it, and so it just kind of led to smoking cigars. And I wasn't really a big cigarette guy. Cigars, you don't really inhale I do at times personally, but like for the most part it's just like the aroma and more the experience, and you're like having a nice glass of whiskey or coffee or whatever you're doing. So it's more of like an atmospheric kind of activity. And I just like whiskey, like I'm a young man, I'm trying to like learn different things of whatever. Like I want to like find my wine, I want to find my whiskey, I want to find my cigar, different stuff like that. So I've been trying to like sample a bunch of different types. I don't claim to know too much about it, but I just like the atmosphere of it. Just like you smoking something. I do like the smell of it. My dad, I think it has to do with that. When I was a child, my dad would smoke cigarettes. He no longer does. But it made me like I love the smell of something burning. Like whether it be campfire wood or like a barbecue or like whatever I even like the smell of cigarettes. Like it's I don't know, maybe it's that childhood experience, but I wanted to keep that around. And it's almost like, life you could live your life super healthy, and I respect that, and that's awesome, but it's like I don't know, like I'd rather have quality years rather than quantity of years, you know? And even if something like maybe takes a dim off of something, like and maybe it's just because I'm young and I'm riskier, but I'm willing to kind of shave off a couple of those ending years for a quality of experience.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way about like lighting it up.
Yeah.
And because for me, smoking cigars is also pretty recent. I would
Really?
say even less than the time frame you probably started. I would say probably within the last year. Otherwise, it would be something occasionally I would do. And I don't know why I started doing it more. I just think I had some. I can't remember why. And I'm like, okay, I'll go do this. And I wanted to relax, and I needed something to do. And it was completely shameful trying to light a cigar the first times I started doing it, but now it's kind of nice. I prefer using a match. I've gotten quite good at a match. It's a bit hard because I smoke outside, so when the wind blows,
The
it
wind,
kind of sucks.
yeah.
I do have a torch lighter. I don't really like using it. I like using yours, so I might have to get one just like this.
Yeah.
But I use a soft flame using my wonderful DuPont soft flame lighter. Shout out DuPont.
It's very bougie.
It's very
Sponsor.
nice. But
Not a sponsor yet.
oh
Not
yes,
But will be.
I would love it if DuPont wants to send me lighters. I am all for it. But yeah, lighting it and just taking the time, like that, toasting the end and then lighting it up and getting that first taste. And this one's quite delicious.
Which one is that?
This one's the La Diferencia Cubana.
Okay.
That's the only information, sorry, listener, that I have on the cigar. I just took it out of his humidor.
About a medium gauge.
A medium gauge, probably. I wouldn't say 50. It seems a bit too big for what the gauge is. Maybe 40 something. It's very delicious. It goes nicely with either the coffee and melted ice that I have or my whiskey and melted ice that I have. And you smoke cigars, what, a couple times a month?
Yeah, so yeah, I would say a couple times. I smoke on the weekends. So like a Friday night is like my usual like whiskey nights if I'm not doing anything else and I'm just at home. I'll definitely drink some whiskey and that'll definitely lead into that like cigar kind of thing. But yeah, I usually like smoke indoors sometime. I'm pretty bad like that. But one day I want to get that library built. I'm gonna have so my dream house is gonna have my own like office slash library, whatever the case may be, desk, do some work. And I thought it was kind of cool to like, so you have your desk in the middle or whatever, and then you have the backdrop of like the books that you've read because back. So for those of you who don't know, I come from a psychological background. That's where my education's in, and it's interesting because it's like the books you read, whether you agreed with them or not, have shaped who you are today. So in a sense, they're a part of your brain. So like if you put all the books you've read on the back, it's almost like that's your brain. That's at least a segment of your brain. So it's like, so this is this aspect of me and how it shaped me, agreed or not disagreed, whatever the case may be. Again, like, so it's like I'm gonna have that office, and then behind me is what made a portion of who I am.
Mm.
And so I kind of like want to have that. And I think I kind of went on a tangent here away from what the hell we were talking about. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of cool and smoke inside, have a nice little like spot, like little Gatsby action.
Yeah, a smoking room. That's my goal. I want a nice room that I can smoke in, drink my whiskey in, just lounge. Special room in the house. That's the goals.
Yeah.
Whenever I buy a house, if I ever buy a house.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We're not buying any houses anytime soon.
No, we're not.
I don't smoke cigars or cigarettes,
Yeah.
but I did go on a first date, and during the first date, we were leaving the bar, and the guy took a cigarette from somebody and smoked it. I almost didn't have a second date with him.
Mm.
You say you almost didn't have a second date with him,
Yeah, because it tasted like cigarettes.
but you did have a second date with him.
Yes,
Like she's saying like that is a big key factor in like
it was.
That would
And I will
gross
tell-
me out.
It did, because I was like,
He took it out of somebody's mouth?
no,
Oh.
somebody was like outside the bar.
Oh, he took one.
Yeah.
Like asked.
And I looked like, what? I was shocked. I was appalled. But, I looked past it.
yeah. There's the other pros, I'm sure. That was one con.
Maybe.
Con, you list it.
The last time that you ever smoked cigarettes, so
Oh.
I think it was like drinking alcohol. It was cold outside. The bar just closed.
I feel like people do that. My dad, who doesn't smoke, but he does dip.
Oh, yes.
If he doesn't have dip, he'll smoke a cigarette, but it's very rare, and usually he's drinking when that happens. I feel like that's
Yeah.
normal. Like if people that are drinking, if they're gonna have a cigarette that they normally wouldn't, that's probably when they would do it.
Yes. I've also had experience with someone who.
Well, there's just something with nicotine and alcohol.
Yeah.
And other things as well. I have other experiences I could go into, but like there's something nicotine like has an effect on other mental states that is desirable. So, but on the other person's behalf, girl, guy, whatever you're it can, I understand how it can be undesirable because it's like you smell like smoke, it's
Yeah.
on your clothes, it's very sticky, it takes a while to air out. So I totally understand.
I am very lucky in the fact that my partner very much encourages me to have the cigar
Yeah.
because I enjoy it so much, and thankfully the smell does not repulse him.
The smell is not bothering me right now.
That's good because I'm sitting right next to you, and
Yeah.
the smoke does have a tendency to blow right toward you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been blowing towards me, not a tendency. It's been here this whole time.
Your parents.
But yeah, I mean, I've dated somebody who dips, so
Yeah.
that's
Dipping.
not.
Dude, then there's stories where like you throw like a dip in at the end of the night and it just kills somebody. Like they're just on the ground soon after.
Really?
Yeah, you got to be really careful. If you're not used to it, that stuff can really get you. That can end your night.
You never really think of that. I never thought of like how dip like would affect you in that way.
Well, it's all about your blood level because all the drugs that you take go into your bloodstream, and it's about like your ratio of certain elements. So it's like you have like water, you have all the nutrients that help you to function, but then you're diluting that with whatever you're intaking. So like the alcohol puts alcohol in it, and it dilutes the ratio. So you throw nicotine, whatever other thing, and it dilutes the ratio, and that's where like poisoning comes from some of these drugs. It's the ratio. So you have alcohol poisoning, you have too much alcohol in your ratio versus what you actually should have and to function healthfully, and that's what gets you drunk. You have more alcohol per whatever the other thing is. So it's all about understanding and what your tolerance is and all that kind of stuff, and maintaining a functioning ratio that makes you functionable.
Interesting. So when I had for those of you listeners that don't know, I tend to smoke one cigar when I do, but sometimes I'll do a 2 a day. You know, like some people go to the gym twice a day. Sometimes I'll smoke a cigar twice a day. Sometimes back to back, like today. But there was one day where I did 3 times a day. I think I told you, remember that day? I told you I smoked 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And I was kind of laid up afterwards because I smoked 2 in the morning, late morning, early afternoon. Then I took a break the rest of the day. And then at the end of the day, when it's cooler outside, this is when it was unbearably hot, I decided, I'm going to sit outside and I'm going to smoke again. But before I had my 3rd cigar, I decided to smoke my pipe. I also have a pipe and pipe tobacco. And I'm like, I haven't done this in a while, so let me take this out and do it. It wasn't going well because I just couldn't quite get the rhythm of it. It takes a little bit more working of it to get the smoke going. And so I just put that away, and then I went and grabbed my cigar and I started smoking it. Let me tell you, by the end, so technically 4 a day if you count the pipe, it was like I was drunk afterwards. I was so laid up, I was dizzy. I'm like, because I'd never done that before. I never usually smoke that much. I wasn't used to it. My blood was probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, no.
You have to deal with it.
2 a day. I did 3 a day. I did 3 yesterday.
Oh wow.
I did 1 in the morning, and then I did my last 2. Did
What?
I? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't.
Is it like how much though? Like how big is your cigar? Because if it's like a small one Churchill.
It wasn't a Churchill. It was only about maybe 6 inches, but it was about a 50 ring gauge. So 50 ring gauge, 6 inches, and it was mild. My cigars are pretty mild, mild to medium, which are for those of you listening, they'll be more of a lighter cigar, kind of like the one I'm smoking now, except I think the ones I have are slightly lighter than this one, just a light sort of iced. Like if you look at your iced coffee the next time you get one, it's about that color. So they're pretty easy going. In fact, I usually like drinking them in the morning with my coffee because they're pretty light, then the coffee won't ruin the taste of it. But yeah, the 4 is too much. 3 is pushing it. Okay. 2 is I can do 2. I can do 2 a day.
When I first smoked cigars, I would get headaches. So like for somebody who's not like used to that level of nicotine or whatever is in a cigar, at first it definitely like hits you, like it's almost like dehydrate. Like again, it's that ratio and what your body's used to. I would get headaches, and I would like not enjoy it towards the end.
Yeah.
But now I don't have that experience because again I'm used to it. But two could definitely push it for sure. Like if you're new, it's like you definitely want to ease into it.
I have no comment because
You don't smoke cigars.
No, but you guys went on a really long tangent about it though.
So
what do you like to do, Paula? It doesn't need to be like about cigar or whatever. Like do you enjoy like waking up super early and getting on a hike? Like what gets you?
What is your vice?
I don't know. I do enjoy getting up early and going to do some sort of workout, hike, workout class. I don't drink like by myself. I find it very sad. I know that's weird, but I like to socially drink. I drank yesterday. Started with tequila, couldn't move on to vodka, so I had to stay with tequila. Yeah. I
Your
read.
favorite alcohol.
Hate tequila.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like mixing things, I've definitely come more acquainted with what I can mix as I gotten older, like tequila, vodka.
You definitely cannot mix.
Yeah.
Tequila and vodka.
Yeah, I looked at the people I was with. I was like, I started with tequila, so I shouldn't get a Moscow Mule, and they all went no. I was like, okay, I'll just get
Get a
another.
tequila sunrise.
I got a Paloma.
Oh, or that.
I mean, I think is what I started with, but yeah, I don't know. I listen to podcasts. I read. I'm actually
She's
pretty boring.
She's a pilgrim, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my gosh.
She watches murdery shows, listens to murdery podcasts, and probably reads murdery books.
No one's gonna want to date me.
Them. You already know how to get away with it. You know the mistakes everybody else has made.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. It's okay. You'll probably get to know me more.
Do you guys know the comedian Jim Brewer?
I know of him. I can't say I've listened to his stuff. Sorry, Joey.
Because he has an extremely awesome bit on the subject of mixing things. Now, if you haven't, look it up, and all respect to the comedian, and I'm not gonna try and botch his joke, but essentially the paraphrasing here, it was like, beers like are very welcoming, like your stomach's like, yeah, come on in, like, you got some Mexican, you got some Irish, blah blah blah. And then, like, as time goes on, you get looser, and then you start like warming up to ideas, the stronger things, and they ease in, and they just make your stomach go to hell. And anyway, I strongly recommend looking up his skit for the full explanation because it's funny as hell. But yeah, that's something I had to get used to because when I started whiskey, I would wake up in the middle of the night from the nausea. And it was like, oh, well, was I mixing beer and stuff and that's something I had to get used to. So
I can't say that I really had much problem mixing drinks.
I never used to have a problem. Recently, I have though, and I try not to now. Cause...
My cocktails are pretty simple. I think Ron White had the best description of strong drinks, just whiskey and ice cubes.
Oh yeah, because I like to go the fruity. It has to taste like juice.
Oh yeah, see, like if I drink
must mess me up.
If I drink the sweet, fruity bullshit that most ladies like to drink, sorry, ladies.
Guys can't too.
That would guys can too. That would screw me up. But whiskey never really screwed me up. I probably just couldn't drink as much of it early on, but
yeah, my go-to drink is a Moscow Mule. I feel like it's like the least sweet that I would drink because I've had very sweet drinks.
I need to get some steaks. It's just meat is so expensive, but I haven't because I would have steak quite a lot.
You would have steak for breakfast.
I would eat it at like 10:30. That's like brunch.
You would heat it up at 8 a.m.
That is almost sometimes true.
Exactly.
Well, sometimes I was eating it for breakfast because then if I ate it for breakfast, then I wouldn't necessarily be hungry at lunch, and it would keep me going until dinner. And then I could use my lunch hour for whatever I wanted.
Errands?
No.
TJ Maxx?
No.
Costco?
No.
Target?
No.
Love them all.
No.
Sponsor
I'm talking about
us,
like
thank
taking a nap in my car.
I don't like taking naps in my car. I took a nap once and I woke up very disoriented because I forgot I took a nap in my car.
Yeah, no, I am not a napper. If it's on company time, oh, I have the urge to nap.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm like, I could sleep right now. But like if I'm doing what I want to do, I never have the feeling of like I'm going to sleep right now over what I could do.
This is why he's up until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. No, I hate going to sleep, but I hate waking up. So like when I go to sleep, it's like, all right, I got to go to sleep. Damn, I would rather be doing this, but I'm going to go to sleep cuz I know I need to. But then when I'm waking up, it's like, oh, this is the best feeling. Like I'm laying in bed. I don't really have to get up. It's like super comfy. It's like cold. So I can snuggle up in my like sheets and stuff. I could just like chill and just like, oh, it's so like the morning is the best time to be asleep. Or like, and not only just like sound asleep, I like being like semi like browned out sleep. Where it's like I'm awake and then I go back to sleep and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I can sleep and I go back.
I mean, I've done that.
Sleep or awake. I do it. I just don't like it.
I think I did it yesterday or this morning.
Mm.
But no, I wake up fairly early. So as you obviously know,
Yep.
I mean, I wake up early during the week.
we all wake up early. The three of us wake up early. Then Joe comes in around brunch time.
Why coming on time?
On time, but you come in like right and literally
Right on time.
the first words he speaks in the morning is when I say, "Hey, what's up, guy?" He's like, "Hey." Those are his first words ever.
Oh, I don't speak words. Like when I get to the office and somebody says good morning, that's like my first words of the day. But before then I might say like a casual fuck or like shit or like
God damn it.
because I'm like getting up and I'm just like damn it like
my first words spoken are thank you,
Why?
because when I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym before work, and I walk in the doors, and the first things they say is "Good morning, have a good workout," and I say thank you.
Where do you work out, Cody?
At a gym.
What is your gym called?
It starts with an E.
and ends with a Knox.
And there's a Quinn in the middle.
And you are now very bougie.
I'm not very, but it's right across the street from our work.
That is not like the.
That is
No.
100% a good. My gym. Okay, first of all, my gym used to be also near our work. It was very convenient and fairly reasonably priced. I mean, it was still kind of expensive compared to like other gyms, like 24 hours. But it was doable, and it was 24 hours, and it was great. It was small. There wasn't too many people in it, and then they decided to up and move out to Newbury Park. The gym was in Westlake Village, here in the great state of California, the People's Republic.
The CA.
And the CA, the Cali. And it was like a 40-minute drive just to go to the gym.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, okay?
I'm not making that sacrifice. But so I bit the bullet. I joined Equinox, and it's great. I mean, it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
How much is it, Cody?
Woohoo.
Just for a basic membership. You don't gotta explain what you have on your
No,
level.
actually explain what you have.
It depends. Each location, depending where the location is, will have a different base starting. So if you're in an unpopular or a disgusting place that happen to have an Equinox gym, you may not be paying as much offhand. This location is a couple of $100 a month.
Couple, like literally couple? 'Cause
Yeah,
a
literally
couple
a
is
couple.
two.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
literally a couple. Base, and then I think it's like $85 more if you want like all of the locations, access to all the locations. The 200 is just the one location. But I don't travel. I'm not that far up in the company where they're sending me places. Sending me to like Florida, North Carolina, New Jersey.
Okay. I
Yeah.
use the work gym because it's free.
You do the work gym?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I mean, it's only shy of a squat rack, but everything else works for me.
Like cardio, it's all there.
I don't do, I mean, that's not where I do cardio, but that is correct.
Okay, you do the bike thing, right?
Yeah.
The
Cycling.
cycle.
the cycle, the soul cycle.
bar where they like yell at you motivationally
So
to
you
bike faster.
would you do well with a Peloton bike or what do they call it?
Peloton?
Peloton.
Probably, but I think I like the cycle bar class because it's dark. So you don't
Yeah.
see me, and it's really loud, so you also don't hear me.
Gasping for air.
Yes. So I don't like the elliptical or the treadmill, so I only do weights
Okay.
at the work gym.
Are you like a high weight low rep or lower weight high rep?
So it depends. I used to work out with someone who is a trainer, and he would make me do higher weight, lower rep.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm by myself, I'm a chicken, so I do lower weight, probably lower rep too.
Yeah.
I do. For my cardio, I'm on the stairs.
Yeah.
Faster.
That kills me. I'm out of breath in like 5 minutes.
I can do like 30, 45 minutes on the stairmaster.
Good for the glutes.
It is good for
very
the glutes.
good for the ass,
For the booty?
for the booty.
What a booty. Yeah, no, I don't do a lot of cardio. My goals are to gain weight. I like trying to like put on some pounds. So I do the bike.
Yeah.
I like the bike.
Like the stationary one, like right? You're not like biking,
Well, actually,
bicycling.
yes. So definitely.
Bicycling? Are you a bicyclist?
I just don't live in an area where I'd like to bike to. So like maybe
true.
I would if I was like in an area where like it was scenic and shit, but like no, yeah, I'm just
Scenic and
there to
shit.
get it done. I'm just there to get it done. Like I lift heavier weight, lower rep, and then I end off the workout with a bike exercise just to like, you know, do that.
You should try a cycling class.
No, I'm not really a big class guy. I mean, no disrespect to classes, and it works for people. That's great. But me, I'm not nice. Like
You don't want to work out with people.
there's something about like a bunch of people working out with you where it's like it just isn't effective to this degree that it works for me. Like I do things on my own, like timing and terms, and again, no disrespect for it. It's cool. It works for people, but yeah, no, I'm in and out. Like I get in and out in like an hour and a half. I don't have a lot of rest time. I don't want to be on it. Yeah, so
That's the same with me. Well, I'm using a trainer now, and so which is good because it keeps me on point. But that's about an hour and a half is pretty good. You don't really need much more than that.
if you're there to work out, that's a plenty time.
That's plenty. You probably don't even need that much if you're actually there to work. Like you're not lollygagging on your phone trying to find the next song to listen to while you're trying to work out.
Fun fact: I listen to murder podcasts when I work out.
You see, I can't do that. I can't listen to like audiobooks or a like podcast when I'm working out. I barely can listen to music. I actually don't anymore. I don't listen to music anymore when I work out.
Yeah, because my playlists are just all over the place. So it would take me forever to find a song that I can work out to. So I just put on a murder podcast and I don't think about it.
It's when you're doing like cardio too. It's like watching something is a great way to distract yourself and still be productive. Like it's when you're just like focusing on it when it's really bad. So I get that.
Yeah.
Do people leave when they get to the gym without their headphones?
I'm sure some people do.
I did.
Personally, it doesn't happen that often, but I'll go through it because I'm there to work out. Like it's just an aid to have the music, in my opinion. And it's honestly not also. It's also not for me to listen to the music. It's from other people to not talk to me.
Right.
It's like even if I'm not listening to music, I'll still have the earbuds in.
To
So
make it
people
seem like
think that like I'm unapproachable because I am. Don't approach.
Don't
I
approach
mean,
me. Don't talk to me. I'm here to work. I don't want to be your friend. I don't care what you have to say.
yeah, like I run into Joey sometimes at the gym, and like that's cool. Like I'm not like Joey, get away from me. Like that's cool. Like it's nice.
Joey, get away from me.
But the conversations are very short. It's like, hey, what you working on? Cool, yeah, nice. Going, see ya, have a good one. It's very because I'm there to work, and I'm not there to socialize.
I bet you've seen Joey and pretended you didn't see him.
No. If I see him and he's looking at me, I'll be like throw the peace sign. But if he doesn't reckon, obviously, I'm not gonna like make go out of my way. You know what I'm saying? But like if I pass him, absolutely. Like no disrespect. He's a homie. So, but I'm not there to like conversate with him for like and anybody.
Right.
But
Yeah.
and I've worked out with Joey. He's a good workout partner. We'll do chest day together and stuff like that. But even when we're working out together, we're both listening to our own music, and we're like, all right, I'm up. All right, now you're up. What do you want? What weight do you want? All right, you throw that weight on. He does his set. I do my set. Like it's very to the point, which is what I like. Plus, it's like if you have enough energy to talk in a full on conversation, you're not working out hard enough, in my opinion. Like when I'm done with my set, I'm like, fuck. Like like I don't have the energy to speak to you in a coherent like I'll be like, hey, like what's up? And that's one thing with like whatever you're like into. Let's say you're at the gym and you're trying to pick up a girl. Like I am incapable of doing that. Like I can't do that. Like I'm at the gym. I finish my set. I can't think too well. Like it's not. If I could do that, it's just like am I really there to work out or am I there to pick up somebody? So it's like.
Also, ladies, if a guy's trying to pick you up at the gym, walk away. This guy's a douchebag.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Do you have any experience with Paula?
No, I do not. Thank God. No, I feel like I have like resting bitch face because nobody comes up to me. So
Imagine you're a lady trying to work out, trying to get your sets in, and some douchebag whose only thing on his mind is picking up a girl tries to come over and chat you up in the middle of your set. That lady doesn't want to be with you. You just interrupted their set.
it depends though. Some ladies like
Some
that.
lady,
I
yeah.
mean, if the lady's there to be picked up,
That's the point. Like, why are you really there?
yeah,
This is true.
You can tell the people too, because they'll come in alone. They'll be alone and in their zone, and those are the people that, like, okay, they're not really approachable, but those are also the people that, like, if you're into that, that's like, that's what they're there for. If you're there to just pick up people, like, you can tell. I don't know. It's when you go to the gym for long enough, you can start to, like, understand the type of people that are there. Personally, at the gym I go to, there's a lot of young people. There's a lot of, like, teens, and they come in groups, and there's like 8 of them. And they're all, like, flexing and you can clearly tell, like, they're just there to show off. They're not there to work out.
yeah, they're there. They're the TikTok
Exactly.
The TikTok
Yeah.
boys.
They get their picture, their video,
Yeah,
and then they're out.
think they're swole.
right. The people that are there to work are, like, there and they're grinding, and they freaking just don't even want to talk to you. So
Yeah.
So this is why I don't like going to like gyms. I just don't like interacting with people. Like, hey, hi, hello, great. But I also don't. I don't know. I feel like I've done 24-hour. I've done 2 different 24-hour locations, and I just didn't like it. I wouldn't get a good workout in. I hated waiting for people.
I'm the same. I like being able to walk into the gym, do my stuff, and walk out.
Yeah.
Obviously, now I have to interact with people because I have to interact with my trainer. But all in all, it's still pretty. I don't really have to deal with people.
Maybe this is why in my dream home I will have a gym,
Mm.
or so I think I will. Because when am I going to get my dream home?
Joe's kind of got like a little makeshift gym out here in the outside where we're broadcasting.
yeah, I got a bench press that, like, you can do legs on, and there's, like, the spot at your feet. I got enough weight to go up to, like, 2 something. So yeah, you can definitely get your workout in. And then I have dumbbells and stuff like that. Then over COVID, I personally hate home workouts though. It's just personally just how I work. I just think home workouts are trash. Unless you have, like, a freaking home gym. But
Yeah.
there's something about other people being around too that just help me to, like, do harder stuff.
Update: Joe has brought back the cheese and meat.
The keto cheese and
the
meat.
keto cheese and meat, which I'm going to partake in because
I have one too.
no, Paul is taking a picture.
Yeah. Someone asked, "How was the podcast?"
Who's the someone?
Kim.
Kim. Shout out Kim.
Kimberly.
Shout out Kimberly.
Next time Sarahi will be here.
Next time Saudi will be here. and
Hopefully.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
but you know, who knows? I mean,
Now people are gonna think she's like fake.
she'll be
But she
here.
doesn't exist.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening. Hope you had a great time. If you did, please hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell button for notifications. The next episode might not be for another month. I think we're going to be recording once a month. So, yeah, make sure you have that notification bell hit so you can get the update when the next episode comes out. But hope you enjoyed and have a great rest of your day. And then see you next time on For the Pod.